Francisco today. I'm here because I chose to go to a conference for my personal spending account with Critical Mass, and I chose to go to the Open Data Science Conference here in San Francisco. There's going to be workshops on machine learning, artificial intelligence, how companies are applying these methodologies to their systems and all that stuff. And so I thought it was a good opportunity for me to see what Silicon Valley is doing at this time, and just to be surrounded by people who are also interested in this topic as well. One thing that I did for this conference, and I just really like volunteering. It allows you to network more intimately. It also gives you benefits to the conference. So what I was able to do was I'm volunteering for the first 2 days, and then I get the last 2 days free. So I'm able to meet people, channel in on the workshops that are happening during the time that I'm volunteering, but then also have access to just way more content that I would have never got if I just had come for the last 2 days. It's always been a dream of mine to be in Silicon Valley, and so just meeting people that are already here and just seeing the applications that are being brought up in the companies over here is really inspirational to me. I have my 2 days planned because the way this volunteering thing works is that you are actually volunteering from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the 2 days, and so I didn't end up renting a car for the first 2 days just because I know that I'm going to be busy here and I'd like to get a good night's rest before my volunteer shift. But for the last few days, I'm going to rent a car. After the talks that I want to go to, I'll be heading into San Francisco just to do some sightseeing. My manager actually told me about this coffee shop called Blue Bottle Coffee, and I've never tried it before, but I used to be a barista during the first 2 years of university, and I'm a big coffee connoisseur, I guess, and I'm just really interested to try that. The last time I was here, I also tried Phil's coffee, the mint mojito latte, so I kind of want to get that too before I head out. And as with any Canadian, I feel like everybody goes to In-N-Out, so there's actually one that's relatively close by, which I think I'll be getting tomorrow. Today I just want to chill, get all situated, and I do have a video that I was supposed to upload today, but for some reason my hard drive wasn't working when I was on the plane, and so I just was like, okay, I just want to watch Disney movies and just relax on the plane. So I'm gonna try and tackle that today. The thing about making these YouTube videos is that, yes, I do want to be consistent, but more so on the content that I bring out instead of being consistent with the schedule. I think 2 weeks off is probably the longest that I'll let my channel go. But I was doing a lot more travel vlogs because I had a lot of content from the trips that I did this year, but I'm now getting into the content that I really want to focus on, which is being an advocate for women in tech, kind of sharing my journey along that path. I feel like maybe I'm putting a little bit of pressure on myself to say it in the right way, or say it in a way that is impactful to a wider audience. And so it's taken me some time to kind of figure out what that looks like. And I had filmed that first video probably 2 times just because I didn't like what I said, or I didn't like how I looked, blah blah blah. So I don't know, this is just me trying to get through my anxiety about putting up a video and putting yourself out there. But it's just nice to be able to share the stuff that I really love and am passionate about through video. I don't know, it's a cool practice for me to just practice my videography, but also share the things that I'm doing, because when I look back on it, I often regret just not doing anything about it instead of doing something about it. So when I put out a video that maybe is not 100%, I'm glad that it's done and it's out there. And I like seeing it. I like making the videos that I make, and it's really nice to build a community here. So yeah, I think it's okay. One thing about me when I'm on vacation, especially when I'm traveling alone, is I hate being out when it's really dark out. But since the Korean restaurant is just like outside of the hotel. I think I'm gonna be fine. So I'm gonna walk over there, probably eat something, and then probably come back to the hotel and just edit my videos because that's what I need to do. And then I want to get a good night's rest because I have to wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning tomorrow to do my volunteer shift. And I'm really excited to see like the workshops and the talks that are happening. So we shall see. So I just ended my shift today. It was really interesting. I was only at one room and they were talking about some intermediate stuff on TensorFlow. So they had like 5 different projects, some ranging from machine learning for audio, pictures and all that stuff. So one thing about being a volunteer for this one was that since my session was really popular, I had to stand outside of the room, so I wasn't able to fully go through the workshop myself. But I got to meet some of the speakers and a lot of the volunteers that were at ODESC, and yeah, it was a lot of networking for me. But now I really want to go to In-N-Out, so I just checked if they were busy or not, and it looks like there's not a long line right now, so I'm going to Uber there. I'm going to be picking up my car rental tomorrow, so I'll be able to kind of go farther. But there is an In-N-Out that's relatively close, like a 5-minute Uber ride away. So I'm gonna go get that. And then we're just gonna end off the night like that. So the cool kids are going away.
We're an open flame, away, oh. We will not be tamed, away, oh. And we are fools breaking records, singing, away, oh. We make the rules, chasing echoes, singing, away, oh. Open the car and jump on the train. Got one left to live and love on the brain. We're ready to go and ready to move. We got no regrets, we live like a fool. I know that they're probably right, and maybe I'm wasting my life. We live in the moment, we light up the night. We roll till the morning, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. We bump up the low end, we own paradise. The cool kids are going, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. The cool kids are going, oh, hey, oh, hey. The cool kids are going, oh, hey, oh.
Morning everyone, it is day 3 of the conference, and this time I'm not volunteering since I volunteered for the first 2 days, and I thought I would rent a car so that at least after the talks then I can go explore SF. The first talk that I want to go to is at 9:30. It's currently 8 right now, and the last time I came here I tried Phil's coffee, the mint mojito latte, and I kind of want that while I go to the talks. So I found out there's one that's close by, so I'm gonna head there, get some coffee, and then go to the talks. One of my friends from Google actually messaged me because he was out of town when I first initially came. I might be seeing him later today. I told him I want to take like scenic shots of SFs if he wanted to come join me. So that might be cool, or we might do a tour of Google, but it depends on how much time we have since the talks that I want to go up until like 3 p.m. and with the traffic that's here. Like yesterday, we were stuck in traffic for quite a bit, and I think we were like in traffic for an hour because I think it was like rush hour at the time. Anyways, we shall see how much time we have. I brought one of these because it's really hard for me to navigate if I don't see the phone up here. So I'm just gonna do this right now. This is too close to me. Cool. Okay, let's go. So I just finished at the conference. I went to all the talks that I wanted to go to today, some of which included speakers from Uber AI Labs, University of California, and also Waymo, which they were talking about machine learning on their autonomous vehicles. So that was pretty interesting, and also like topics on cybersecurity, algorithm biases, and things like that. The conference was really inspirational to me because machine learning, especially in the realm that I'm in and like the work that I do right now, is actually very, very advanced. And being in the San Francisco area and learning about those types of topics, it's really eye-opening to see how advanced SF is and how behind some other cities are. And it's just crazy to me to think that we're already thinking about like the cybersecurity precautions of machine learning, where are those applications being used, where are they being used in the wrong ways, and how we have to start thinking about like the human behind these types of systems, and also thinking about, is it okay to be using them in these types of applications? But yeah, I don't know, it's got me thinking. I really want to learn how to do machine learning. I came into this just with a very, very beginner level, and I feel like I'm just at the tip of the iceberg, and there's just like a whole bunch of information that I still have yet to explore. It was really nice to volunteer. I met intelligent individuals here. It was really nice to like have our own group. Like we would talk during lunch, and we even went out for dinner yesterday. We went to Hot Pot. It's connections like those that are very priceless. And when I used to approach networking before, I always went into it with the intention that like, oh, I really need to make this connection because it'd be nice to have like this connection in this company. I'll admit that it wasn't as genuine as just like the connections that I make nowadays. We even like went deep into topics about a woman's role in a relationship, and if she wants to be pursuing these types of careers, especially like the individuals that we saw do keynotes. You'll see that they have like masters, they'll have PhDs, and some of them have families, some of them do not. And so it's that fine balance between what you want to achieve at work and what do you want to achieve at like life. And a lot of us are still very young in our age. It's nice to know that like all of us are really going through that thought process when we start to think about the roles and how much knowledge you want to obtain in life. Yeah, so it got pretty deep, and it was just really nice to chat about it. I am going to try and find food and get chocolate and just enjoy the views because it's just really nice being in the city. So yeah, okay, bye.